parents, hello faculty and staff, hello students. Many of you may not know the importance of today, April 18th. April 18th is ISD's birthday, and today our beloved International School of Dusseldorf turns 55 years old. We will be celebrating this 55th anniversary over the coming year in different ways, so do be on the lookout for opportunities to celebrate with us. But for now, I thought I would give you all an indication of where ISD actually began. I'm going to read you a story that was written by Lori Zivitz. Lori is the daughter of our founding family, the Zivitz family, and together with some other families, they, in 1968, created the International School of Dusseldorf. So here is Lori's story. For history's sake, let us say it began the afternoon of April 18, 1968, at the McNaughtons' home. As Mrs. Zivitz described the prospective school to us, we listened and laughed somewhat skeptically. What we didn't know was that there had been several previous attempts to organize a school. We just watched and waited as a building was rented and teachers were hired. This time it was more than dubious discussion, and so a dream became a reality. As students, we were the purpose behind it. We watched from the inside as it was built around us. Our parents built it for us. The Zivitzes, the Smiths, the Coopers, the Hullicks, and countless more. The American International School of Dusseldorf first opened on September 9, 1968, in 5 unpainted rooms at the back of the NAAFI building. The student body of 32 sat in a warm room with sounds of painters and carpenters still echoing through the walls. Mr. Van Buren, our director, delighted us with prospects of a school without books or blackboards or heat, but we had teachers. Mr. Van Buren, Mr. Russell, Mr. Christensen, and Mr. Graham wasted no time in putting us to work despite the crude circumstances. Fräulein Dietmann came to teach us German. Mrs. Smith taught us music, Mr. Kerwin art, Mrs. Cooper typing, Frau Naumann French, and Fräulein Geibel taught us physical education. The books arrived 2 months after school began. By this time, we had a small library, about 50 books, 2 pianos, makeshift blackboards, and 2 portable heaters, although we were to still see many cold days before permanent heat was installed. In celebration, we organized our first school dance. At Christmas time, the Student Council, in a joint effort with the American Women's Club, arranged a Christmas dance at the 3M building. With the new year came the first rehearsals of the Mikado. Prior to this production, Mrs. Merklein had involved a small section of the student body in a dance class, and Mr. Graham in a basketball team. But Mrs. Smith enlisted the entire student body in the operetta, which served to introduce the school to the community. In February, Mr. and Mrs. Zivitz and Mr. Tuckle chaperoned a group of students for a ski week in Switzerland. There were no broken legs, but we all got suntans. Our school began a tradition of inter-school athletic competition when we played the American school in Antwerp in April. We defeated them in basketball, but they were the victors in girls volleyball. Antwerp extended their hospitality to us for a weekend in May, and we won both games. It is my hope that we have established a few precedents during this first year that future classes will choose to follow. From Lori Zivitz, the Student Council President. It is amazing to me how much of today's ISD's tradition, culture, and ethos is found in that letter from 1968. These families went on a journey to take an idea and out of it build what is today a wonderful school and community. 32 kids, over 1,000 today. A community of over 3,000 people, 200 faculty and staff, and one of the most wonderful and effective learning environments that I believe Europe has to offer. So knowing where we began is important, our history is important, and I hope that story gave you a slight indication of how it all started. Have a good day.